name is Bob Hewitt. I've been Otterbein now, Peggy and I, for 14 years. Things I've made, they're actually all over the world now. I know there's some that went over the pond and are in England and all over the country, because I sold a lot of birds in Florida. Since the health problem a year ago, I haven't been down here that much. Basically what I'm doing now are these little comfort birds, which are very simple. Maybe it takes 2 hours to do a bird. And I give them to people who have going through a hardship, like loss of a spouse or cancer diagnosis or Parkinson's or something they're struggling with. And I started that probably 5 years ago, and I'm up to 65 birds now that I've given away, so that keeps me a little busy. Biggest project I probably ever did was Noah's Ark, and that really turned out quite well. I cut the size down, and I thought it was cut down, but it still ended up huge. And it sat in the closet for a long time because we didn't have a place to display it. And then someone here on campus bought it, and then they donated it to an organization who auctioned it off and used the money for their charity. So, you know, it got some good use out of it. This is the one that's called A Great Escape. It's an American kestrel and a goldfinch, and he looks like he's going to get caught, but he doesn't. And a lot of times the carvings, what really sets it off is what kind of base you can put on. So there's a nice piece of driftwood I got, and it worked out fine. But people ask me how many hours you got on that, and I have no idea. Untold. This particular bird, it was all one piece except for one wing, because I wanted to change the angle of the wing, so it looks like it was coming down in flight. But this was a lot of fun. It took a long time, but it was a lot of fun. This is an example of soapstone. Soapstone's neat because where it's mined, the country it's mined determines what kind of color it is. So this particular one, I think, was Brazil it came from. When you get a chunk of soapstone, it doesn't look anything like this. It just looks like white chalk. But once you carve it and polish it, the colors come out, and then it turns out really beautiful with a lot of veins and pretty things. So I still have a lot of soapstone in the garage, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So. One more item I brought is I went through a time in Florida where I did a lot of shorebirds. These are birds that go right on the water's edge, and their feet move at 100 miles an hour. But anyway, I had this sale every year down in Florida on the beach, and I made probably one year I probably made 40 different kind of birds and took down there and sold most of them. So I don't know where they all ended up, but they're somewhere. It's a fun hobby. Takes a lot of time, but it's something you can do, and the time just goes. Yeah. A lot of people tell me, no, I couldn't do that. I'm not patient enough. So yeah, I think you do have to be patient.
Thank you very much for taking the time.
Yeah, appreciate it. I appreciate being asked.